How we doing, guys? I'm going to wait a little bit before we get started here. All right. All right, guys, what is up? Welcome back to Sunny in the Belt podcast, the podcast where we give you the best predictions and best analysis on Sunbelt conference play. And today is a very special day, special night, because this week is Sunbelt Conference. Hi. This week is the Sunbelt Conference tournament, which is a very big week. Got a lot of picks for you guys. Unfortunately, Jacob cannot be here tonight. He had some prior obligations he had to attend to, but that's okay because he did the last episode by himself. So I guess it's kind of my turn to kind of run the show. So we're going to kind of get into it here. The first thing we kind of want to start off, I did want to apologize. We still are not able to show the PowerPoint along with the YouTube Live. So I'm just going to have to go through it with you guys kind of step by step. But our current standings overall, we're looking at, for me, 18-17, and for Jacob, 17-18. And that was for almost the entire regular season. So really, we were kind of 500 pretty much both ways. And that's actually minus one game. So who knows what would have happened if that, I think it was Coastal UTA game would have gotten rescheduled, but it never did. Nevertheless, we are in a tournament now. It is anybody's game. So let's hop into the predictions here. And let's see what we got. So the first game, we got UTA versus Louisiana. And this game is going to tip off at 11:30 tomorrow, Thursday. Sorry, I'm getting everything up here. So Louisiana is the 8 seed. UT Arlington is the 9 seed. And going into it, Louisiana is a 3.5 point favorite. So with this game, it's kind of a big game to kind of kick it off. These two teams have played before. Both the entire game when they played, it went back and forth. UTA did end up winning the game the last time they played, last time they matched up. We all know I'm a Louisiana alumni. Jacob is too. We both have our hearts set in stone with the Raging Cajuns. It's hard to pick against them. It's hard to root against them, especially in Sunbelt Conference tournament like this. It's such a big one. And that's exactly what we're doing here. It's hard to pick against them. I'm not picking against them until they lose. And so I probably will be going this entire tournament picking Louisiana just because I feel like they are a dark horse. And Jacob sent me his notes and his comments about wanting me to talk to you about this game. He also thinks Louisiana is a dark horse team. They kind of been under the radar, but they have the talent to go far. They really do. I can see this team going to the semifinals. And if we're being honest, there's a lot of rumors and, coaching talks. A lot of coaches are going to be coaching for their jobs in this Sunbelt tournament. And I feel like this is one of those games where both these coaches are kind of on the hot seat. I'm not saying they're going to get fired or, who knows. But this is a game that they definitely want to show, hey, we're here. We're here to compete. I have Louisiana -3.5, and so does Jacob. Let's move on. All right, next game. This is tipping off at, 2 o'clock. And we have Little Rock, who is the 12 seed, versus South Alabama, who is the 5 seed. This game, to me, won't really be close. And I get it. It's Sunbelt Conference tournament, the anticipation, the nerves are there. You're vying for a shot in the big dance. I just don't see this one being really close. I have South Alabama -12.5. Jacob, on the other hand, is thinking the opposite of me. He has Little Rock at +12.5, and I get it. I can definitely see that. Little Rock is they are one of those teams this year who you don't know what team is going to show up. They can go out and lose by 30, but the next game they can come out and shock a team that they had no business even being on the same floor with. They have gone through a lot of injuries. The talent, it's so-so. They don't really have much there. They're very inconsistent when it comes to shooting the ball. South Alabama, on the other hand, in my opinion, they've shown signs of strength and consistency to where they can be one of these top programs and eventually, who knows, even win this thing. I feel like they're definitely up there in the conversation of potentially winning this thing if the right South Alabama comes to play. There have been games with South Alabama where it's been, they look great. They look like one of the best teams in the Sunbelt. And then the next day they lose a very close game that they should have won, and they can't really seem to finish down the stretch at times. So that's kind of my take on it. I think they're going to cover the spread. I don't see it really being that close. So give me South Alabama -12.5. Jacob has Little Rock +12.5. All right, next game. We got UL Monroe and Arkansas State. Arkansas State is coming in as the 6th seed, UL Monroe as the 11th seed. Arkansas State is right now favored by -5.5. I'm going to share Jacob's take real quick. He has Arkansas State at -5.5. I think what he sees here is he kind of just sees an overmatch Arkansas State team that should go into this game and really win. If you look at it on paper, it's not really supposed to be that close. I think he thinks that Arkansas State is really going to come out and score the ball, attack, kind of like what they've been doing. They have a sort of aggressive offense, a good coach and everything. On the other hand, this is my pick of the day. Give me UL Monroe money line. I got UL since, I want to say, the second week we started doing these picks. And pretty much each time they have not let me down. And I'm not a UL Monroe fan in any means. I am UL all the way, not supposed to like UL Monroe. But there's something about this team, there's something about this game where I just feel it's that classic 11-6 seed, right? To where you kind of know what might happen, might be a little bit of an upset. I have them winning this game. I have UL Monroe winning this game. I think they're going to come out with some fire in their belly. And they have a great coach that leads them well. I mean, their season looked dead and gone at one point in the year, but they kept fighting. And I think this is how that's game going to go. I think Arkansas State might take the lead early, but come fourth quarter, come late in the second half, I feel like UL Monroe is going to pull ahead and end up winning this game. I don't even need the points here. I got UL Monroe money line. All right, and last game for Thursday is Coastal Carolina versus Georgia Southern. Here we have Coastal Carolina coming in at the 7 seed, Georgia Southern as the 10 seed. I'll do my pick first. I have Georgia Southern covering the spread here. 6 points seems like a little bit too much for me. I don't really like how I don't really see how Coastal Carolina is a 6-point favorite, to be honest. I don't get that whatsoever. So I'm looking at, sort of, the numbers and, maybe why why Vegas would kind of put them like that. I don't really see, I just don't see where they would get that line. It's just a little bit too much for me. So I have Georgia Southern covering the spread at +6. Jacob has a little bit of a different mindset. He has Coastal Carolina at -6 on this one. Probably his look at it is Vegas may know something that we don't, and that's why he's taking the points, which very well could be true. This game could be a blowout for Coastal Carolina. Who knows? But I think Georgia Southern is going to do really well in this game, and they're going to be able to cover. So kind of just to recap here, we have both me and Jacob have UL at -3.5. Jacob has Little Rock at +12.5. I have South Alabama at -12.5. Jacob has Arkansas State at -5.5. I have ULM money line. It's probably our biggest difference in that in these picks. And then Jacob has Coastal covering the spread of -6, and I have Georgia Southern covering the spread at +6. So now that we got all the picks out of the way, kind of want to dive deep just a little bit into sort of what this tournament is going to be like here. The bracket is sort of set up to where I think if everything goes right, Georgia State, this is their tournament to lose. Again, I can't show you the bracket on the screen. We're going to get that fixed eventually to where you can actually see what I'm seeing. But Georgia State, they will play the winner of Arkansas State and ULM. And I picked ULM in that game, and I honestly feel no matter what, whoever they play, Georgia State's going to win that game. They're hot. And it's so funny to think at the very beginning of when we started doing this podcast that we kept saying Georgia State, Georgia State, Georgia State, and they were terrible when we started this podcast. Terrible. They were not good at all. But look what happened. They're catching fire at the exact right time. I feel like if they keep playing the basketball like they're playing, this is going to be sort of a runaway for them in this championship, in this tournament. And I got a message from Jacob, and he feels the exact same way. We both feel that Georgia State has the easiest path to the championship. And if you look at the bracket, you can kind of see why that is. I just don't see really anybody competing with them up until maybe the semifinals. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be a good one. I did want to go over what Jacob has sent me. So we both agreed that Georgia State has the easiest path to the championship. His dark horse is UL, Go Cajuns. And he has in the championship Georgia State winning over UL. That's his prediction. That's his thoughts on how the tournament is going to go out. I like it. I don't know how I feel about maybe UL going that far. Like I said, I'll obviously pick UL. That doesn't mean I think they're going to win. So my dark horse, I would say right now, is Troy. I think Troy has a very good shot of winning this entire thing. They're the 4 seed. Again, they play the winner of South Alabama and Little Rock. Odds are it'll be South Alabama. I don't see South Alabama winning that game. Troy's playing great basketball. They've been playing great basketball, and they have a great coach. They really have had a very good season in terms of production this year, and just really being able to put everything together. Scott Cross is a great coach. He definitely knows what he's doing and what he's talking about over there. Um, so yeah, I for me, my dark horse is Troy, and I'm gonna go a little bit different here. Um, for me, it's going to be Troy and Georgia State in the championship. And man, yeah, I could go with either one of these teams, but I got to go with sort of the team who's really hot right now, and that's Georgia State. So Jacob has Georgia State over UL in the championship. I have Georgia State over Troy in the championship. And that's kind of just our overall opinion of maybe how this game is going to go. It's been a heck of a season in the Sun Belt, and it's gone by so fast too. I know. I know for a lot of people, and we weren't even able to do the whole thing, the whole season. So I'm definitely excited for this. Really, March Madness in general, it's going to be great. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to do something here. Let's see. But anyway, guys, I really do hope this is informative and that you guys learned something. I can't wait to see what these games have in store for tomorrow, and we will see you guys, tomorrow because we're going to be dropping another episode. So hope you guys have a good night. Hope everyone sees this. All of our predictions are helpful. We're kind of indifferent on a lot of areas tonight, but that's okay. That's what this game is about. So hope you all have a good night. See y'all soon.